Velina mai kako, welcome to Keep It Aloha, a podcast that keeps it aloha by knowing when to bow and when to push. I'm your host Kamaka, and today we're talking stories with someone who did just that. He led with respect, passion, and intensity, and in doing so, changed the doyo forever. But before we introduce him, I gotta tell you about this week's exciting new giveaway. If this is your first time watching the Keep It Aloha podcast, you're in for a treat because every episode in 2026, we are giving away $500 plus of prizes every single week. Congrats to last week's winner for taking home a brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max, some tickets to the Arise conference, and some Aloha and Amen merch. Big mahalo to Arise and Aloha Amen for providing those awesome prizes. For our 6th episode of 2026, this week's giveaway is provided by our Keep It Aloha on the road partner, Hawaiian Airlines. This prize this week is 2 round-trip flight tickets plus some Keep It Aloha merch. To enter, just like the last couple weeks, all you have to do is head to our Instagram and find the giveaway post. The full details will be in the description. The first place winner will receive 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere Hawaiian or Alaska flies, plus some Keep It Aloha merch. Second and third place will also get some Keep It Aloha merch. For 5 extra bonus entries, tag us in a story on Instagram showing your dream destination using our secret word/phrase in your caption. I'll be pulling the winners on Wednesday and announcing it on Instagram. And as always, the prizes and entry instructions can change every week, so make sure you're following us and listening to the full episodes so you never miss a chance to win. Good luck and enjoy this episode. All right, let's introduce our guest.
After 175 years, some people still think we're just a ranch.
And we just farm all day.
What they don't realize is we wear many hats. And that's just how we roll.
You just might see some old friends.
Or make some new ones.
So come hang with us
Drive on out to the country.
and get that epic snap.
No matter what you're looking for, come discover where legends are made.
Our guest today is a cultural ambassador and sumo legend from the island of Oʻahu. This local brada became the first non-Japanese born wrestler to reach Ozeki, the second highest possible rank in the sport. During his career, he won the top division championship on 3 occasions and came very close to becoming the first foreign-born grand champion, or Yokozuna. At his peak weight of 287 kilograms or 633 pounds, he was also at the time, the heaviest wrestler ever in sumo, earning him the nicknames Meat Bomb and most famously, the Dump Truck. Solid nicknames right there. After retiring from sumo in 1997, he transitioned to a successful post-sumo career in entertainment, music, and philanthropy, founding the Konishiki Kids Foundation. I am so stoked to talk stories with him today. He is Saleva'a Fuauli Atisanoe, better known by his shikona, Konishiki Yasokichi. Aloha, Konishiki. Welcome to the Keep It Aloha podcast. How you doing?
Buddy? Welcome to Japan.
Oh, mahalo.
Welcome to
Appreciate
Japan.
it. I'm so stoked we are making this happen, and mahalo to Hawaiian Airlines for helping us make this happen. We're trying to do this for the last 2 years, actually.
I know.
We finally did it.
I thought you'd never come.
We just saw Hawaiian time. It was different, you know? You
Super
used
Hawaiian
to
time.
Yeah, you used to Japanese culture, right?
Yeah.
But yes, before we get into it, it's a cool thing that we get to come here and do this episode in February here in 2026 because it's actually the 15 years anniversary from when Hawaiian Airlines started to fly to, Japan, They had the Haneda flight, then they had the Osaka, I believe.
They have Fukuoka
And now they have, like, a
even
bunch of them.
Sapporo too. So
Yeah, so they've been doing it for so long, telling stories between our cultures and the connection between hula and even sumo. It's so deep, right? And we'll get into all of it today, into all of that today. But super stoked. You're a living legend, local boy.
living is
You're
right.
basically ruling Japan, right? We're in your throne, your kingdom right now, right?
Yeah,
The lair.
It's been my life for 44 years now. I left Hawaii in 1982. So normally it's I feel normal saying home in Japan now. So at the same time, I have a Japanese citizenship. I've turned Japanese since my sumo career. So I've been out of the game for maybe 28 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do people ever call you by your Samoan name?
No, they still call me Konishiki. The kids call me Koni, and people that are into sumo actually call me Ozeki. Even my peers or guys who do sumo, they still call me Ozeki.
And that's more like a respect thing.
Yeah, it's more because of what I've done in sumo. It's funny, I jump in a taxi somewhere in Japan and the taxi looking back and they go, hey, Ozeki, you know, so. Yeah, so many names, one person, you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll get into it all, but let's start at the beginning. Where are you from? Where are you grad? And what was it like growing up?
Well, first of all, I'm from Nanakuli, you know. You can see my little, I purposely put this up. I'm going to represent. I come from a little town,
Good
as y'all know, where the beaches are beautiful. Born and raised all my life, living in Nanakuli. Went to Nanaikapono, went to Nanakuli Intermediate until I transferred to University Lab School, where I graduated from high school in 1982. So me and my brothers and a few other West Side boys actually all transferred around the same times. We had the Philanthropies, we had the Napoleons, we had who else we had? We had Jeff Rasmussen was my other classmate. Where we all came in from the West Side. So after graduating in '82, I left for Hawaii June. Like I graduated in May 30th or something like that. And almost less than 3 weeks later, I was in Japan already.
And
June of 19.
And so like you were already like deep into it. I mean, because you
No,
were a football,
I didn't know nothing
because you were a
about sumo.
football player, right?
I played football for Pac-5 all my life. I was a Pac-5 football player at the time, and
Yeah, you were a kicker, right?
no
Kicker and receiver.
I was kicking people's asses. Nah, but anyway, yeah, people that made it real big and a year younger than me is Joe Onosai.
Okay.
Who they became the purple champions a year after we left.
Right on.
Yeah, so yeah, after I left, I was 18, came in Japan, joined the World Sumo with not knowing anything. Actually left with nothing. I mean, with nothing. I didn't have luggage when I left Hawaii. I came with a paleo and a T-shirt that says Samoa, because my mom made me a paleo the day before, and she bought me a T-shirt, Samoa T-shirt at the Samoan store in Waipahu, where you still have it today.
Yeah.
We're going to the airport, she went and grabbed a shirt that says Samoa. If you look at the first picture that I have, and I was wearing slippers. That's how I came to Japan.
Oh my gosh. Was it? Okay, I guess it was like more summertime, so it wasn't like cold.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
how
it was June.
Because it's cold right now. It's
Well, it
about
didn't
30
matter. I
degrees.
probably wouldn't even know. I didn't
Yeah.
care. I would live Hawaii the way I feel
Yeah.
in Hawaii. But that's how my career started. Went to Narita, and I had no money, so I couldn't get out of the airport because I didn't have money. And then I have luggage too. I had a shoulder bag. A shoulder bag I had during my high school years. I had a Pac-5 sticker on it, and just my picture album of my life and my friends, and then my Bible. That's all I had in my. I had nothing. I came, and then I couldn't get out. I had people pay for me to get out of the airport. Those days now you don't pay, but you used to pay the airport tax, like 2,000 yen, to get in or to get out, the tickets.
Yeah.
So I got out. Nobody was waiting for me in Narita. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get out of here. Jump on the bus. I find out that you have to pay money to get on the bus. Somebody paid for it, and then I got to Tokyo by myself, and that's where all hell started.
So I'm just going back to Hawaii real quick. So what were you into when you were growing up? Like, was it you? Because you were an athlete.
I grew up all just, I grew up in a very oriented Samoan family, real culturally strong. My parents were both from Samoa, and the way our lifestyle was really Samoan in the house. You know,
a lot of sasa.
a lot of sasa. Everything is by age. You know, you cannot talk back to your older brothers. Church was priority. Prayers at 6:00 was priority. Prayers at 4:30 in the morning was priority. Wow. Before my dad would go work, everybody would sit in the dark and stop praying before he would go to work every single day. My dad, to the day he died, never had a day with no prayer. Even when I brought him to Japan, wherever we go, on a bullet train, in a hotel, no matter, prayer was most priority in our family. At 6:00, no matter what, you have to be sitting there right before dinner with the whole family praying. And my parents were so strong into church, I guess, but family very strong. We all came from Samoa. Me and my brother, right 2 years older than me, was the one who were actually born and raised in Hawaii. All the other siblings was actually born in Samoa and then came to Hawaii.
Okay.
So both parents, hardly any English, but hardworking dads. So.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, sounds like he had good discipline. Even just waking up every day to
Polynesian
do that,
family,
right?
brother.
It's so routine, right?
Yeah, but I'm glad he helped me because I never needed, even today, I don't even need a a clock to get up. I can go to sleep 2 hours, like 2 o'clock in the morning, and get up at 4:30, easy.
Wow.
Every time. I don't even use a watch. And I never use. I don't wear watches. I used to have, but I don't. Yeah. But that's how naturally it became natural for me to even in my work when I started sumo. Because sumo was when I started sumo, our mornings are 4:30 every morning, bro.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, did you ever want to, I guess, pursue a career in NFL or anything like that?
Well, at the time, 47 years, nobody thought there was we just had brother Jesse Sapolu and Nico Noga just making it to the NFL.
Okay, so it wasn't really a possibility yet in your eyes.
Well, for all of us, a lot of us at the time, they thought a lot of my friends went to college to play football, but majority of them came back after a year in college. Yeah. So not as big as now, not as family were not as dedicated to it. How people are committed to actually change their whole lives by actually moving the whole family, like I see today, which is a great thing. I see families investing into their kids more than anything. It's not the money you can put up; it's actually the time you can be there to understand. Because being a local, no matter where you go, everything is foreign to you. Anything, because during my time, a lot of people went to college, but they came back because they felt foreign in America. Because America and Hawaii is two different plates of food. You know.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I talk about it too when I was living in Peace Corps, Madagascar. For the goal is to educate people on American culture, and I'm like, I don't even know what American culture. I know Hawaiian culture. This, we're so different, than everything else.
It's kind of laid back. I think Hawaii people more observe more in environments, and that's why they can blend into the environment, but they cannot really live it after they're not used to trying to blend into the speed of how people in the U.S. act,
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Okay, so you ended up graduating UH Lab, came to Japan with basically nothing.
Nothing, brother.
And then
not even a penny to my name.
So how did you end up doing sumo?
Well, I got approached right before I graduated. I was at the beach cutting out of class, and one of our legends in Hawaii named Curtis the Buyaukia. Curtis the Buyaukia was the first big-time pro wrestling worldwide. What you see WWE, those are the guys. That's the OGs that actually made it big. So he was actually always selling boards at the Waikiki at the wall.
Yeah,
he had his board, and we used to go. He used to come to Japan all the time. When he came to Japan, the biggest watch TV program was pro wrestling. They had another guy who was an ex-sumo wrestler named Riki Dozan, who's a big-time sumo wrestler who became pro wrestler who actually blew up. They even now they have the highest rating on TV ever because of that guy. So he was wrestling. That's when the Curtis Buyaukia came. He the one that talked to me. Hey, Carl, you got to be a sumo wrestler. You look like some. Oh, uncle, I don't know what sumo is. No, you look like it. Your calves are big. Your ass is big. You get that shape, sumo shape. I thought, well, whatever. And then we kept on going to the beach. He kept on talking to me. And then he said Takamiyama was coming. And then Jesse Kualua, who actually is the pioneer opening up the door for all of us are foreigners. And he was coming into town right around the same time I was graduating. And that's when we met up. He kind of explained to me, it's not every day. It's not even a sport. It's more like a culture, and you have to drop everything, no matter what. Like you have to just commit it. You can go home. Can talk to your parents. You're not gonna have money until you come top rank. 60, only the top 60 get paid. Yeah. So it's a challenge. It's a risk. But for me, at 18, being the second youngest in the family of 10 kids. I looked at it as an opportunity where just not even depending on, because my brothers and sisters before me went to college, even if they went to scholarship those days, they had to pay for books, they had to pay for when summer vacation, when summer break and winter break came, they couldn't come home because they couldn't afford it, so they had to go stay. I was listening to that as going to school at the same time, so I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want my parents to deal with anything, and the thing I told Jesse, as long as no one. I don't have to depend on my parents one penny. I'll go. I don't care. I'll just go. And that's why I left. So I left with nothing. My parents didn't have to depend. I didn't have to depend to them for anything. So I just left.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Actually was more like that's when Kojak was in TV, the old SWAT, TV shows was on TV. I always wanted to be a cop. always wanted to be an FBI growing up, and seeing that. So
Okay, I mean, it's kind of you're the sheriff of the town, so
yeah,
kind of the same.
yeah, I kind of like that. Being from Nanakuli, being on the other side of the fence, you had all your friends who smoking dope and selling dope and going crazy and doing. You always on, brother, don't do that. You're trying to make, I guess, the angel of the group, right?
Yeah. That's good that you stayed on your path.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like the looks you must have got coming into the Japan airport, right? Because I know we just arrived the other night, and it's a very petite and like I wouldn't say everybody's small, but it's very like definitely not Polynesian, right?
Yeah,
so you probably stood out like crazy,
compared to what you guys came to now, it's nothing. They came and they look at this big ass Samoan kid walking around with a pareo and a t-shirt and had a shoulder bag and wearing slippers. To them, it's like when you come to Japan, you have to at least dress up. In those days, even riding a plane, you actually had to dress up. You couldn't dress up like, t-shirt and stuff those days. I still remember because when I first got in, a business guy would tell you cannot wear that. You got to wear, okay. But now it's different, But yeah, of course, people like looking at you was like, holy, who is this guy?
Yeah, totally.
But, I didn't care because I didn't understand anyway.
Yeah.
What do I have, yeah?
All right, so if you're watching or listening, sorry, this is a little bit of a rough cut. We had some lighting issues over here, and we have to do some seating changes. You got the upgrade, right?
Yeah, upgrade, brother.
Yeah. How do we get one of those? I want one of those.
I upgrade from a Rolls Royce to a Toyota.
Right on. Well, so I think we were talking about. Oh, actually, before that, good thing we took a break because I forgot my omiyage. I know that's part of the Japanese culture. So I brought you one of these. Yeah. My sister is actually the new face of the Hawaiian host, the Aloha Max.
Really?
I don't have one of those, but I brought you the old one.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah. Doitashimashite.
In sumo, they content this.
I just knew growing up that whoever taught me, I think it was my cousin, she said, "Don't touch the mustache." Doitashimashite. You're welcome, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I always remember that one. So, all right. So you were discovered for sumo. You came here, didn't really know what it was about, and then what was your first experience actually like learning and getting into the doyo?
Sumo itself it's very unique. The rituals, the cultures. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but once I got into sumo, it's like the next day you're freaking in your G-string. And that's something that I never, as a person from Hawaii, never experienced, never really see what sumo was until I got here. So
Yeah.
My first day here, met with Jesse and my boss at the time, who was both me and Jesse's boss, a guy who was a former grand champion. Met him, we had a huge press conference. If you go back, you can find it. And then the following day, I was on a bullet train going to Nagoya, which is where my debut was, in Nagoya in the summer. And it's like you come in, you put on that belt, and you're ready sumo. All I had to do is actually pass a physical and pass a certain thing in Nagoya to become officially sumotori or sumorikshi. So Nagoya was more like getting officially a sumotori.
Okay.
So officially I started in July of 1982.
Okay. So you had already the physical stature, you had that athletic background already, but how hard was it to really learn the rules and the culture and all of that?
Still learning at the same time. The thing about sumo, it's what you guys see on the ring is the easiest part because it's any athlete can come out, you train, you get strong, you get fast, you get hungry, you get aggressive. That's what brings that spirit of sumo. But to keep that spirit, because sumo is not treated as a sport, as a culture, the way you treat yourself, the way you walk out in the public, you have to be very careful. The biggest difference, I tell this in all my shows I do all US. The stuff you have in the Western world where once you get off the court, it doesn't count. Everything counts even more when we get off the ring. Knowing how to respect, knowing how to talk, knowing how to carry myself in public is the most important thing in sumo because you kill what the culture is all about. They don't care about your wins or losses. It's the way you carry yourself in public. So even like the culture, the hairdo, we have to be in what we call a chomange. We have to be in public. When we're in public, in some we have a wear called yukata, or in setas, which is our slippers. And in the winter, we're in kimonos. You have to be dressed exactly like a sumo wrestler wherever you go. And the other thing you have to learn how to take care of your kimono. You have to be exactly know how to fold it, because there's a certain way to fold those kimonos, and what we call the formal wear, what the hakama, It looks like a skirt thing that we wear. So that's the hardest part, because I can go out with you. We go to a bar. You get into a fight. I try to stop the fight. Somebody sees me and they say, "Oh yeah, that's Konishiki. He was at the fight, the bar with his friends stopping." I would actually get kicked out right away.
Wow.
And that's the thing people don't understand. You guys, other people think, "Oh, they're strong," but they don't care. They have kicked out 4 like grand champions in the past 28 years I've been after sumo. Even during my years, they kicked 1 out. Yeah. So I always tell them, they don't care if you're Michael Jordan, because it's not a branding. We don't get branded. We don't get billions and million contract. We only get paid what you win every single tournament. How hard is that? You can't find something who's professionally made, and you cannot find that anywhere in the world. The pressures that you go in to even survive, it's not getting there. Staying there is the biggest challenges the stress that we go through is there, right there. The 15-day tournament, 6 times a year is crucial, no matter if you're hurt or not. If you're hurt, you come in hurt, you have a losing tournament, you lose everything. You got paid $20,000 last month, next month you're only getting $600. So people don't understand. That's the hard part of our lives. People don't see, because it's not what you see on TV. You only see the champions, the grand champions, the fight and the crack, the throws and all that. But to keep all that, to keep everything I have outside of that, I have to keep that level of strength and sumo. But at the same time, when I leave, I have to be so very careful with what I say, the way I treat people around me, because every little thing counts when we walk out. It's representing Japan. It's not about the sumo anymore. It's about representing Japan and its culture.
Yeah, you're on the clock 24/7.
24/7. That's why you have to be very wise. I used to, at the beginning, I was trying to stay away from trouble, and got in trouble a couple of times, but no social network those days. And I remember getting arrested. I was like so scared. I was just like crying. But those days, everybody had grip. My bosses had pools, so they talked to the cops, and it wasn't my fault. But I tried to stop something, and then ended up I had to just knock out somebody.
Yeah,
and then ever since that, I walk away, and I see something. Once I see something, like, oh, okay, I just walk out. I go home.
Yeah.
And he actually, it's a great lesson that I learned through my career, because you're gonna lose everything. Back home, you can go beat up your wife, beat up your girl, come back, play football again. Not here, bro. Not here. They don't give a shit if you're Michael Jordan, and they're gonna kick you out.
Yeah.
All the stuff I hear on TV, the way they talk about the quotes on TV, I guarantee you they don't want to have a job.
Yeah, that's the really beautiful thing about Japan is the culture and how rooted they are, right? And like you said, it doesn't matter who you are. And there's similarities to Hawaii, right? We're all about respect.
Yeah.
We don't care if you're the biggest celebrity, you got 20 million followers on TikTok or Instagram. You come to Hawaii, you don't honey, you don't say hi, you cut somebody off. We're gonna yell at you like we yell at anybody else, right? So it's all about respect, and I think the combination, the blending of both cultures, I think it just fit you super well.
It's similar to our Polynesian culture too. That's why everything you actually have a position in where you have to learn where you stand in your sumo club or in an association. So as a high ranker, you have to be even a leader now. You have to kind of adapt all the younger brothers that come in and try to teach them the ropes and stuff. Yeah. So it's a responsibility that you get as you
kuleana.
It's just like kuleana that our pops and our moms teach our younger generations to carry on the traditions. You have to.
Yeah, and then you probably had somewhat of a chip on your shoulder because you are this foreigner, right, coming to this culture. It's like if we're comparing it to something, I guess, modern, like Eminem going into, right? He was a white boy in rap, right? And he had to prove himself and be like, I could hang with you guys. Was it kind of similar for you?
No, for me, that's big difference. You actually dealing with a country now.
Yeah.
Eminem is rap. Anybody can rap. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of people curious about the color of the guy.
Yeah.
This is not about a color. This is about a culture that you don't care if you was Samoan or if you can handle, you can handle. You can handle. And majority of the Japanese, I can tell you 100% of kids that joined this year, 80% of them will run away. That's how hard this is.
Like
it doesn't matter. If you go to the stable, it's all ruled out. You can't even talk to your parents no more.
Oh, wow.
And some of these kids joined at 15. And the one thing you guys got to understand, if you're Hawaiian, like how you really Hawaiian, you want to represent, and you screw up, and you can still go walk home and say, oh, I screwed up. That will never happen in Japan. The 15-year-old, when he steps out of his village, he's stepping out to ever go and never come back until he's somebody. So that's the difference. People, mindset now.
Yeah.
The word samurai, you guys throw it around easy. But these kids at 15, they already know they have to now like really go and represent now. And they find out sumo's not that easy. Not everybody's going to do it. The Japanese. And so it's embarrassing to disgrace their families. They'll never go home. So they actually cannot handle it. They run away and they never go home. And that's how sad and hard it is. People don't see that. When I say that, people think, okay, yeah, at 15 now, 15, 18, they come and represent the whole village. Are looking at, whoa, that kid is going. Gambare. And the kids say, oh, arigato. You know, they give him money, go do.
Yeah.
And he walks into a door and everybody's like, hey, clean up, dirt bag, right away. Your first 6 months of sumo is clean up.
The
My
rookie
first 6
treatment,
months,
yeah.
3:30 in the morning, I'm wiping floors. I'm cleaning 4 toilets, taking all the garbage out. By 5 o'clock, I'm walking to school, sumo school for 6 months. And I do that for 6 months by myself.
Wow.
And you can't even use mops. You have to go on your knee and wipe.
Oh.
And you come up, you screw up one day. One of the days, one of the boys screwed up. He forgot one of the buckets of garbage can to bring down. We all came back. You know what happened? We got all beer bottles cracked on our heads, bro.
Beer bottles?
Beer bottles.
Not the kind on Hollywood
No,
where
no,
you
no,
go.
no. That's how strict sumo is. It's like you think bully was bully? That's hardcore. You crack the bottle over my head and you have to say thank you, bro.
Oh.
And then I just said thank you. But that's where the mindset you could take advantage of that. Because sumo is all about ranking. And all he did to me is like I look at him and say, thank you. I'm kicking your ass, brother. That's where my motivation came from, to be honest with you. I had senior guys who treated me like shit, you know, and then it just made me motivate. I just went by the rules. I said, hi. But come Sunday, because Sunday was the only day I could train at the stable because I was going to school, sumo school. Sunday was thank you, Lord, for Sunday because I was killing guys.
You could just build it up the whole week and just get it all
5
out
o'clock
on
was
Sundays,
training.
yeah.
I was 3:30. I was on there training. No, I was actually killing guys. I actually put guys in the hospital where they almost died.
Oh, I saw some of the highlights. I mean, that did not look fun going against
And
you.
in practice is even better because I get to kick you about 10, 20 times because I get to choose my guys I train with.
Oh, wow.
It's like bullring.
Okay.
Bullring, everybody just you pick your winner. The winner stays. The winner rules the room.
King of the hill.
King of the hill. So I pick so guys who treated me like shit, I would kill them. Even one guy, I did it on purpose because there's a corner in my stable in our practice area. There's a pipe over there, and I knew there was a pipe over there. I thought, this is the guy who hit me with the bottle, bro. He wouldn't die. I slammed him I slammed his back right into the pipe, and he jerked, and I elbowed him right in the chest. His heart almost stopped. They took him to the hospital, almost died, bro. I thought, bro, I was furious, man. And I thank God because I had guys who treated me where I didn't need any motivation. I was already motivated. Couldn't sleep for 2 years, brother. I was getting up in the morning with blood on my pillow because I guess the new life, the stressful stuff, I didn't understand.
So how long did it take you from going
bottom?
Nothing to like being somebody and
I hold one of the records of the fastest. The guy never had any experience.
Really?
In 8 tournaments, I was already there. Less than a year and a half, I was a high ranker.
Wow.
Nobody has done that. People who do it fast now is all experienced sumo.
Yeah, it's like they were born
I start from
bred,
sumo.
right?
Oh no, or they went to high school sumo or sumo champion. 0 experience. Never did sumo until I stepped on this 8 tournaments I was in. In 14 tournaments I was a junior champion. So nobody done.
And how old were you by then?
18, 19, 20 I was in the top ranks or the top division.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was like, how do you see it? What do you call it when you hypnotize you?
Oh, like
they go, well, now you're gonna sleep. Like,
oh yeah.
What hypnotizing they call it?
Hypnotize?
Yeah, hypnotize.
Yeah, hypnotize.
I felt hypnotized because I didn't feel nothing. Like I cut my hand, I don't even feel it. Like
you were like that locked in.
I was like so locked in, like
almost like brainwashed. Like you were kind of.
No,
like,
my head told me, bro, these guys, you haven't seen nothing yet. You guys go. I come back, but I follow the rules. Yeah. Within the rules, I'm going to kill you. Because practice was open, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't matter scenario.
Well, I mean, that's how it should be done respectfully. Even though, if you're listening to this, it sounds like, wow, that's so brutal. But like, that's how sports is, though.
Killed or be killed, brother.
Well, yeah, and you leave it inside of the ring on
right,
the
and
stage,
that's
whatever
how-
it is. Outside, be respectful.
That's
Don't
why
do
I looked at
anything
it.
inside. Because even like fighters,
Yeah.
when we were watching UFC or whatever, it's like, okay, this guy gets beat up for 5 minutes, and then after the fight, he talk and do something. Like, you just had 25 minutes to do something to me. So
Well, that's the thing.
you
that
took advantage of
That's
that
the thing
time.
that sumo don't have
Yeah.
at all. Even now, everything's done with respect. You bow to show your opponent respect. You get your ass kicked. You walk out and just bow and thank for the opportunity.
Yeah.
But next tournament, I see you up. But that's what kept me very fired up. I was so hot up about practice, and even when I retired, all my friends, all my senior guys, bruh, freaking, you look like one boo when we used to come in because my nostrils just be like that, and my eyes were so red. And I told him, bro, I was in the zone where I told you, you guys are giving an opportunity to feed my parents, brother. And nobody gonna stop me from feeding my family.
Yeah, you taking food off of my plate if you beat me, right?
I'm actually buying my dad a car, feeding my parents a car, building my house, brother. Nobody gonna stop me from that.
That's
so
beautiful.
I was so focused, it was crazy. After living the sport, like even now, I look back at my career, it's like so freaking. Who was that guy? I get like even chicken skin talking about because I was in somewhere else, man.
Yeah.
And I never shared any of my struggles, any of my pain with my parents at all. Even till the day they died, no one knew my phone number because I didn't allow no one to call me at all because I didn't want nobody to hear something to feel like they have to call me to check on me. I don't want nobody to check on me.
Wow. So you just carried that burden by yourself.
Well, not like a burden, but to me, it made me focus more on what I'm doing because I have to find solutions.
Okay.
Solutions to all my problems.
It was just part of the sacrifice that you thought you had to make. Was it you
like
didn't
I
want
was-
anybody else to worry? You just wanted to do this on your
because
own.
I don't want to raise my hand to come. Right?
Yeah.
Even though your parents was against everything I was doing.
Yeah.
So I just have to suck it up and do everything the best I can to do and, overcome things. Of course, I got banged up. I bust my knee. I got hurt. I got, in the hospital and a lot of times, but I just found ways to get out of it, and I told myself, brother, you wanted to come. So,
So who was your support system? Because, when it gets tough, burnt out, stressed, whatever, everybody has some coping mechanism, right? Like
just the life I left, I really didn't really look at every negative to me was a positive. It gave me an opportunity to try to overcome this shit to me. I love negative. Try me. And it made me stronger as an 18-year-old. That's what my books are going to be talking about. I'm finding how the hell can this 18-year-old walk away from Hawaii knowing nothing about this country, knowing nothing about the G-string, and walks in and I'm trying to find my mentality. What was it?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like I cared more about my family than myself.
Yeah, exactly.
And I took advantage of the opportunity, not knowing what it was, but just took it,
Yeah.
And sometimes people say not knowing nothing is the best thing to know.
I was just talking about it on one of my other episodes. It's like, I think you have to have a little bit ignorance and crazy to accomplish these amazing feats, right?
Well, especially for me, before coming, I had no information. People go to NFL.
Which is good because you have no expectations.
Yeah. So I don't know any better.
Yep.
I don't know any lesser.
Yeah.
I just I starting on the start line. So to me, everything was a good thing. No matter what negativity and stuff was to me, it was all positive.
I love it.
In a way,
Great
and that's the
mindset.
way I live my life. I've solved so much problems in my life here, and being a guy from Nanakuli who graduated from University High, have no business background. I've been doing business for 28 years now.
Yeah.
And I noticed it's still going up because I'm not afraid to lose everything I have.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good.
And it's funny because I'm like, oh shit, the Corvette came. I was doing like 250 shows a year singing, me and my wife, all over Japan or all over. We got invited to go to Saudi Arabia, in Dubai one time. I got invited by the king of Dubai to go and stuff, So I'm doing all these things. I'm looking at myself. I go in the mirror, looking, brother.
You that boy from Nanakuli.
Like
You're at the
I ask
king
that question all the time, brother. It's amazing that I think longevity and just never stop trying to advance yourself in challenging stuff that comes your way. The thing is, 20, 30, sumo, after sumo, instead of taking, to me, the easy path, you just become a sumo stable owner, which I could have been if I wanted to, and become a coach. And I'll be actually right in my place would be one there. I don't have to move. I have a house where I coach, and then I move within the schedule of sumo major tournaments. But now I schedule myself. I have to create now, which I like to do.
Yeah.
I've created concerts here. I've created shows here. I've done a fashion show. I'm a fashion designer. I was part of Tokyo Design Tokyo Week 2 years ago. And, it's crazy because I just like to do things that people look at me and, well, you sumo wrestler. So my brain is not sumo,
Yeah.
I like to create what I do and stuff. So, like, the sumo experience itself has given me that mindset where, nah, bro, you can't. No such thing as no can,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I got a big smile on my face if you're watching this, because a lot of what you're saying is, so I have a book too that I published last year. And a lot of it is the things that you're talking about is like taking every experience, good or bad. I would say it's just part of the experience.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, it's a learning lesson. I have a chapter called, how can thinking instead of no can thinking, right? So I have a very similar mindset here. And I think that's so important for kids from the island, right? Is to see these bigger possibilities and, just take failure as, information, and find these ways for us to like move ourselves and our career forward, but also staying rooted in our community and who we are. And I think when you do it, not for selfish reasons, right? You become more successful because you're doing it for, your people, the name in the back of your jersey or, the people around you and like your family, your friends. And I think that's what makes people successful. So I think
purpose.
It's so inspiring to hear you say this.
It's the purpose you have.
Yeah.
And how you see yourself representing what you carry in you. I always talk about the koko. And what you just said about, you screw up. I always tell my boys, you can screw up once. Okay, screw up two. You got to recheck. You screw up 3 times, you're stupid. No, you have to be, reality is reality.
Yeah.
It's not your ball game. Move on, next.
Yeah.
And to me, I've done business with some huge high rollers from all over the world. And I sit in those meetings and I'm like, Jesus Christ, these guys are, and I learn a lot because I sit there in some very high quality people that are part of the world economy, and I listen to how they think. And the one thing I had learned from listening to all these guys, nobody goes for the money. It's the thing that they create that would touch people or relate to people. And it's so true. My dad always told me, brother, you go to Japan, you have to be more Japanese than the Japanese. Don't ever change the money. The money will find you when everything's actually there, which is so true, But I'm so passionate about what sumo is all about because full circle now. After retirement, I was doing entertainment, I was productions, I was doing a lot of TV. I had a TV show that lasted 20 years in Japan. I was on TV every single day, morning and night. I was doing a show called Nihongo del Sobo. It's teaching kids how to speak Japanese. And that was on all over Japan because there's a nationwide TV program, NHK. I did that for 20 years. I've been a DJ for 20 years for 3 major radio stations, And I go in there and produce these huge shows, and they tell me, where's your schedule? I don't have it in my head. I do staging, everything. I book all my bands. I bought guys like Ekolu and everybody on a huge stage in Yokohama, and they all tell, you don't have, this is your time. I do everything, even the backstage, the food, the water. I do it all by myself. I don't have a staff at the time.
He has robots that you guys can't see on
Yeah.
He has tons of
AI,
robots.
AI.
Yeah.
No, but I love that. The quality of just knowing, understanding what people need. And once I get calls from people that I don't even like, what the hell? Why are you calling me? How do you find out, And I don't think no. I don't. There's no such thing to is no can.
Yeah.
You ask me, can we do this? Can we do that? Though? Give me a day. I'll make it work.
I mean, we're making it work over here, right?
Well,
I appreciate you.
It's like that,
Yeah.
People like Jason Momoa. I just hosted like last year in March, in May, and guys like Stephen Curry, Sylvester Stallone, Michael Jackson. I mean, the biggest names. You name it. Like it's crazy. Where I'm not even advertised, but it actually comes. And I think that's being very out there with the right people at the right time has you don't need any promotions.
You don't chase, you attract.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
So once you basically have created something that people want,
Yeah.
people have to go come and look for it.
Yeah.
And the quality of what you have is the quality of people that come.
Exactly.
So quality only brings quality, and that's what I've noticed with all the work I've been working with. And naturally, it's just coming in.
Yeah, that's super amazing. I'm so proud of you. I don't know what we have the rankings, right? Am I allowed to say I'm proud of you?
I can be your grandfather.
Yeah, but I can still be proud of you.
Yeah. I'm proud to be Hawaii. I'm proud of what I represent. That's part of what
I'm inspired because
makes me what I am.
Yeah, it makes me excited for my future because I see a lot of similarities in my mindset that you have, and to see where you're at now, it makes me excited for where I could be.
There's the limits. There's no limits, but and then you just have to. To me, you have to understand what you're really good at. The funny thing is, everything has come back to sumo. Right now, my focus is more about sumo. All my creativity with my work now is all related to sumo. All the phone calls I get now is people call me from all over. Can we have you do this bring sumo this, do sumo that? And it's funny because the way I look at my life, 20, 30, sumo, 40, I want to do this. At 50, by 50, I want to be this. After 50, I want to focus on one thing. I want to be just doing this, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. And at 62, I'm 62 years old right now, and I'm doing things that I think the reason why it makes me even want to work harder about what I'm doing now about sumo is because I want to give back something before I leave this earth. And sumo has been a huge plus to my life, to many other foreigners. And I want to make it right because the person that opened up the doors for all foreigners is Jesse Koalua, Takamiyama. So I owe a lot to him, and I make sure I represent his name and represent the Hawaii. I represent Hawaii more than anything first. After Nanakuli. I mean, I'm joking.
Yeah,
But,
you're Coco and then Coco.
Yes, also.
There you go. You guys got that? Yeah. Duolingo, let's go.
You must be eating too much sushi already.
We haven't had sushi yet. All we had was katsu curry.
But anyway, it's amazing because Japan has a culture that's similar to Hawaii. And being away from Hawaii, you see the negative things you see from Hawaii now and how it's changed over my years. The older people who see Hawaii now, and what we used to view to is changing a little. And sometimes I even tell guys, brother, if you're looking for Aloha, come to Japan. Aloha is here.
If you're saying Aloha's dead, go look for it in Japan.
It's not really
we
dead.
Love it here. Oh my gosh, we love it here.
We're not
Jordan's never gonna leave.
Yeah, we never lost our Aloha in Hawaii, but it's just percentage wise it's slowing down. So I just encourage all my brothers to be leaders and be guys who come out in communities and push that Aloha, man, because it's what made us what we are.
Yeah, totally. So speaking of keeping Aloha, you're setting us up with a sumo day tomorrow, and I'm super excited. I've never seen it before in person. I barely know anything about it. I mean, we know sumo from just
you're gonna
hearing
have
it.
a great time tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys can follow our vlog. We're gonna be posting that a couple days after the episode.
A lot of good things.
You guys gonna show the rest of our travels here in Japan. So make sure you check that out. Can you tell us a little bit more about sumo, what to expect, even like the rules? I saw some of your highlights, and I know so there's a pushing, but I saw you have like had a style where you're like
I'm
basically
like
slapping them, right?
I'm a puncher,
yeah.
Well, the reason for that because I had no experience in sumo, and you got to remember these kids are starting
it's like football.
sumo
It's like
5 years old.
Yeah.
It's like a lineman crushing each other in the head. But my style is more like a spuddy, what they call spuddies, thrusting. But tomorrow, to expect sumo is very simple. The ring is 5.5 meters, that round part, and everything is within that. You get thrown into the ring, you lose. Anything but the bottom of your sole of your feet touches the ring. Even when your toe turns over, you lose. Everything but the bottom of your feet touches or you get pushed out. You lose. It's a very simple sport, and then there's everything from the ring itself. It's very Shinto-wise, religious, like So the salt you're gonna see guys throwing out tomorrow is just to purify the rings. Purify the rings, the spirits and stuff, which is a Japanese culture. When you go to a funeral in Japan, if you know you're going to a funeral, you always keep salt outside of your house in the front of the door. Before you come in the house, you sprinkle yourself with the salt, just keep the evil spirits away from you, and you go in. So the salt plays a huge part in Japan's culture The other thing you have to know is you're going to have guys who are actually sitting around the ring in this formal, what we call monski, black kimono, the outfit. Those guys are all ex-professional sumo wrestlers who retired, and they're the judges. So you have like 5 judges who actually watch the rope of every match. So then you have your ring collar, which is called yobirashi, comes out. Yeah, you're going to see that tomorrow. And after he comes off, after the ring collar comes off, the referee comes out, what we call the gyoji. And everything you're going to see tomorrow is all ranked. From the guys who are giving the water, from the ring collars, to the referees, to the judges, they're all ranked. Everybody has a rank. So one thing you're going to see is the hairdo, what they call chomange. And what you see in the high rank is what we call the oicho. And just do 2 different things. Everyday life, they have to wear their hair up in a chomange style. But you're going to see all the wrestlers, all the top 60 in what we call the oicho. They got really nice. They have hairdressers too who are ranked. You only have only certain high rankers can actually touch a grand champion or champion's hair. Wow. Everything is very, and then the water, you're going to see guys giving out the water. If you notice and watch closely, the guy who loses the match before the next match, he never touches the water. He has to leave. So the person is waiting in to go 2 matches later is going to have to give the water. A loser cannot touch the water to give to a winner, or a guy who's going to wrestle yet. So everything by little, it's going to be. I have a skillful guy who actually going to make you guys understand that. But it's a great experience. And one thing about sumo, you cannot get tickets, brother. There's no way you can get tickets. I just have a connection. So I've been doing this VIP tour. I used to do 20, 30, and then used to get corporate companies wanting me to set things up. I set it up. But now I just, on my free time, just do VIP tours. It's actually more about me getting exposure and letting people know this is what I do. They see me on my IG and things is all about sumo. My sumo practice, I have a sumo celebration, But that's my life, Sumo is my life. So I try to keep that honest so people from all over the world come to those tours. So.
Yeah. Do you think I could be a sumo water boy and be a highly ranked water boy?
You can be a sumo wrestler, period.
Well, after this trip, if I don't gain at least 20 pounds from all this food, then
you
I
got
don't
to remember,
leave.
sumo doesn't have a weight class. That's the only thing that makes sumo so unique in the world. You guys all watch UFC and you guys think, oh, MMA. Freak you guys came back yesterday.
Wait, I could go against you?
Yeah, because there's no weight class.
Oh, but you're going to see
tomorrow. You're going to see tomorrow. You're going to be surprised. There's some small guys in there that they kick ass.
So it's like they have good technique.
Because you guys got to understand, sumo is the mixture of every single martial art. The only thing we cannot do is take you ground.
Yeah.
It's aikido.
Judo.
It's judo. It's jiu-jitsu, karate. Because I can crank you in the face with my hand. It's all legal.
That's
and even kicking too.
Somebody?
Yeah, I can actually karate chop you in the face.
What?
It's legal. So the thing is, people don't understand. A big guy like me would only have 4 techniques because I'm taking advantage of my body weight and my strength.
You're doing your strength.
So my thing is just to dump truck this guy as soon as guy. But somebody like him or somebody like you are taking advantage of the rope. The reason, tell me why you think the rope, the ring is round.
Circle.
What do you think?
You can go around it?
Right. So what you guys will be good at is like baiting me to come to the corner, come to the edge. Because once you get to the edge, it's like a trigger.
Yeah.
Once you put your feet, you see how you put a little rock under your tire and the car no move? Can you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
No matter how big I am, I can be 700 pounds. I have a guy who's only 200 pounds can hold me up because of that, just the edge. You see how that rock can hold up a big truck?
Yeah.
Same thing. But the thing is now, I'm feeling his weight now. Okay, this guy's just waiting for that trigger. All he does is boom, flip, and he's gone.
Yeah.
And that's what the small guys are good at. They can kick, actually, my fingers are broken because of small wrestlers.
Really?
They trap your hand and they actually break your finger.
Or they kind of do some sort of judo or aikido.
Everything.
Judo throw you.
Throw and they actually trap your hand, they break your hand, and then that's when you go down. Dang. They can break your elbow in a second. So that's the thing people don't see. You think it's just all big guys.
God. Yeah, I think it's just
just watch too much and just observe.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Observe how these guys are hitting now.
Yeah.
And they're not like those stuff you see on YouTube where they're just touching each other. They're hitting head to head.
Oh my God.
You're going to see the guy Grand Champ, he got a big slash of his meat came off 3 days ago because he went down with his head. Because the thing is, once you touch, you lose. So these guys are trying to go at the edge all the way down with their face. That's what they teach you in sumo. Don't ever put your hand out. If you gotta go down on your face. So guys,
Face first.
the whole face all scratch. All get no.
That's hardcore. That's so hardcore.
Well, that's the teaching of sumo. Like this is where we come back to what the spirit part of sumo, the spiritual part is like. No fear. It's like samurai, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Samurai culture.
And it's deep because, like I said, you go up there, you by yourself.
You ready to die?
Yeah, you just gotta go, man. It's like that's the mentality. And then and like I said, it's not only that. Once you use that, you lose everything.
Yeah.
You're not on contract. You only get what you win.
Yeah.
So even the grand champion is the only rank that doesn't lose their match. I'm ranking.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once you start losing, you gotta leave.
Yeah.
Once you cannot hold a rank, meaning you're supposed to win every single tournament when you're a grand champion.
And then what?
It's like you're telling
stuff.
Tiger Woods you have to win every single tournament.
Yeah.
If you cannot, then you're out there.
Impossible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what the Yokozuna is. If they cannot, they have to leave.
That's crazy.
It's not. It's not what people think, man. Well,
we're learning so much on this episode.
After people see this, they're gonna all the podcasts I've been doing, even in the U.S. And Sports Bar, the one, the big one in the U.S. I did just this last year. So they're like looking at me. Can someone else get married? Nope. They don't have money. They can't afford it. And plus, you got to be high rank.
Wow.
Stuff like that. So
dang.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. We're going to take a quick shishi break and come back with social media questions, okay? All right, we're back from a quick shishi break. First international shishi break on the pod.
Asian.
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah, well, we're doing some sumo squats off the cam. So, again, reminder, check out the vlog once it's posted a couple days after this. And again, mahalo to Hawaiian Airlines for helping us come over here and enjoy this awesome experience, bridging the gap between our cultures, our islands, for 15 years plus, and it's going to be another 15 plus more years of awesome flights. So.
Well, the funny thing, people talk about Vegas being
the ninth island.
Actually, Japan thinks of Hawaii as their other island. No, I think that's the same concept because they feel very comfortable. The language they can use, and a lot of the food they have is.
Yeah,
it never changes.
My favorite is Asian food, Japanese food.
So all the stores now sell things straight from Japan now, so it's just
all the
different.
Don Quixote.
We have a long history with Japan too.
Yeah,
so.
we love it. I mean, I got family history in Japan too. I was telling you in Kumamoto. We have the Sonoda Shrine over there, and that's my. This is a fun fact. My last name actually should be Sonoda. Kamaka Sonoda, because my dad's last name is Sonoda. He was adopted by stepdad Diaz, so that's why we have Diaz. But my grandpa, is Sonoda. So we all have Sonoda as our middle name, me and my siblings.
Kumamoto is beautiful. The food is unreal good. A lot of nature.
Yeah, and we're talking off the podcast too about how cheap it is to live here.
It is
buy, but there's not. People don't view it the same way tourists come to Hawaii and buy property. It's all right over here. Like if I came and I bought some property,
foreigners, it's open to foreigners.
And as long as it's like anywhere, go respect.
Yeah.
Don't do anything dumb.
Like everything else,
Yeah.
And pretty much people that are buying it, people really love Japan. It's not like I just need a cheaper place. Like I gotta go. It's not. Majority of people I've seen so far, the friends I see, is people who have already experienced Japan and they're at an age where they feel like they can move. And it's a huge move. It's safer for your kids if you have kids. Yeah. Schools are good here. In fact, they have some of the best education systems in the world. So
totally, yeah. I mean, if I move here, I might get to pretty big and might actually join sumo because the food here is amazing. I just want to eat everything. We walk by, we smell all these different scents. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It's very, very.
I hope people can notice by the end of the vlog me getting bigger every day. Like I hope there's a visible difference.
I won't be surprised.
All right, let's get into the social media fan questions. First one comes from Fa'asalia. This person says, huge Grand Sumo fan here. What's your favorite kimarite? I don't know what that means.
My kimarite is what is your best whole sumo move? It's yorikiri.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kyotoshi. So it's more like hitting. That's one. And then one is just driving your dump truck, style. Just grab them and drive them out. So
okay, so we'll see that tomorrow probably.
Yeah, pretty much that.
That's kimarite.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, next question comes from Charlie O Photos. This person says, what was Konishiki's most memorable bout?
I think my very first bout of my career, joining at 18, getting off the plane like in less than 2 weeks already on a sumo doyo in Nagoya. And this 18-year-old kid, I'm naked now in front of people like, everybody looking at my ass, sole. And then that's how bad he was because, we don't have a culture. We don't have people Waikiki walking around.
We have models, but that's way back in history,
in
right?
Japan, as natural, I had all these guys walking around. They was going into the store, walking into the sushi, all sumo guys, and they're walking around. I go, holy shit, the guys walking around naked.
Self-confidence,
So,
right?
first match up and being nervous, being 18-year-old, being big. I was a powerlifter in high school. I was killing, I was a strong boy at 18. And then my opponent comes out. He's this little Japanese guy who's 15 years old. Like I'm telling myself, holy pressure. And this little guy kicked my ass.
Little guy.
If I lost to this guy, I'm going to go home.
You're like, oh, I cannot lose to this Iolani.
Hey, that's pressure.
Kid right here.
So my first match is the most memorable match. I was like a wreck. My brain was like wrecked. I thought, holy shit, if I lose, I cannot lose. If you watch that match, it's like a rip. Bang, I lift the guy up and he goes down. Like, oh shit, I won. Like in my head, I'm saying that.
But you're staying cool.
But you're trying to be Mr. Cool. But I was like more scared about the outcome than anything else.
Yeah.
So, my first, you have to go like anything else. You got to knock down the door first before you can come to the door, bro. So that was my way of inviting myself to World Sumo, I guess.
Okay, nice. Next question comes from Kalel 202 to 808. This person says, who was his best opponent that pushed him to be better?
Chiyono Fuji, I think. Chiyono Fuji and advice from Jesse Takamiyama because he was my senior guy. But I went up the ranks so fast that I was actually wrestling with the best of the best. And to find out that Chiyono Fuji, who they call him the wolf, I call him the goat. You got to go back and see this guy. He's not that big, but he's like muscular. He looks like a bodybuilder,
Okay.
But he was a wolf, and he was so fast. He was so good with his technique. Every time I talk about him and compare him to Michael Jordan of NBA, what he says is because Michael Jordan have to look at the basket, you just throw him up, and the ball go in, just like Chiyono Fuji. Comes in, it's like you don't see it, but it's quick. Everything's so quick. His technique is like so fast. So because he wasn't big and he didn't have the weight behind it, but he had the speed and he had the technique. So everything was so quick. Bang! Once he's in there, boom! Before you know, you're on the ground,
Oh, wow.
And that's where all the different, Chiyono Fuji was amazing. He actually, and because I beat his butt, the first chance I wrestled him, I beat him. So he actually started coming training with me. He was a normal in Japan at the time. A grand champion doesn't go to a lower rank to train.
Wow.
A lower rank has to go to his stable to train. But he came to my stable ever since I beat him, and he started kicking my butt. And I guess that would make me better because I was actually wrestling the best guy at the time.
Yeah.
And the thing I'm proud of wrestling, he was badass, man. And nobody even make him look bad. Like maybe some guy here and there win, but I put him on his ass, like during the tournament and during practice. And it's something I'm really proud of because he was like my go guy. If you can get over these guys, you can get better. So that's my whole career. It's pretty much Chiyono Fuji.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Next question comes from Deb_Ima7. This person says, "What's your favorite food/meal?"
I think I always talk about this. Before I die, it's gonna be tuna minis and rice, brother.
Oh, you're like your death row meal.
Yep,
that's what they got.
That's actually my best food. No matter when I'm on the road, I'm tired. Even at home, you put me a A5 steak, it doesn't matter to me. I rather eat tuna and rice.
Yeah.
So
is that your comfort food? Is that why? Is that
super comfort food? Is actually my number one.
Yeah.
Goes when I'm tired. I just want to eat tuna and rice.
So easy, right?
Yeah.
We love a tuna corn, Faith and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. She makes that at home. It's really good.
So, I think it's easy. It kind of takes you back to rooted where you come from,
Simple.
And you can actually carry it in your pocket. So.
Nice pocket snacks. Yeah. Okay, next question comes from Mino Aka Aloha 11. This person says, "Do you miss the islands? And if so, what do you miss the most?"
I don't miss it as much as I should. Everybody should think, but it actually it's not like missing it. I go there to re-energize myself, meaning spiritually and physically too. I remember when I used to go back to Japan, when I used to go between tournaments, during my career, I only could go home like 3 days a year. And I noticed every time I go, it's like I come back so energized. And what I do, straight from the airport, I go straight to the water. And I stay in the water all day. All my friends come and tell me, "What is that? I stay in the water, but you got to come out bring lunch. The guys after work, they bring lunch. I go eat lunch and then sure go back in the water. So I kind of cleanse myself true to nature. I think it's naturally, but I do it naturally. And I notice myself like just being energized. I guess because, you know, you put your baby back in the womb, your baby feel that heart, you know, and as a kid, feeling your mom's heart, I think that's the way I feel when I go home. You know, I'm at an age where I shouldn't, you know, of course I bring a Hawaii with me wherever I go. And like having you guys here actually brings Hawaii to me. Anybody from Hawaii, that's why anybody comes from Hawaii, they always I try to make time to meet everybody and anybody. I've met people who I don't even know, but I don't care. They're from Hawaii.
Is a special connection?
Well, to me, it just takes me back to Hawaii, even though I'm not there. But yeah, of course I do. The thing now, I'm older now. Family's older. Nieces, nephews are moms and dads now. My whole family, they are older than me. So I miss just going home to make visits. And I like the thing I do is just to try to see people as much as I can. But actually, for me, it's like going into my mom's womb.
Yeah, I love how you say that. I never heard that before. That's really good.
It's the heartbeat of who we are, you know, where you was born. So
yeah. That's the best way to get grounded is on your own aina. Okay, right on. Next question comes from Kaui Keala Kainani. This person says, how do you balance that openness of Hawaiian culture with reserved Japanese culture? Which is a great question because, you know, you're somebody, from what I see, you know, it's just a big personality, people person. And then you got the Japanese who's very like quiet and reserved. Well,
the Hawaii side of mine has blended really well with the Japanese side. And because of my characters, of the different characters I've played throughout in society, in public, through TV, the work I've done musically, and my appearances around Japan. So people would actually know me, my attitude as a happy, big, jolly guy, but I bring the culture in where it's always respected, the way I carry myself, always konnichiwa. You know, that bow is part of the culture. But I've blended my Hawaii self into the Japanese culture. I've waited long enough to slowly chip out, you know, little chips into it, you know. Now in my days, it is what it is. You're looking at a Japanese Hawaii boy now, you know. You know, so the thing is, you have to understand, before you can push your culture upon anybody, you have to respect the culture you're living in. Take that up, make sure you're almost perfect at it, and then you can blend your culture in it. Don't try to push something over anybody's culture because you can when you go to Hawaii, it flips. You know, it's just it's understanding where you stand wherever you go.
Yeah, you're ranking.
You rank what you rank in that environment.
Totally.
And that's what people have to understand in their lives. Just because you're from Hawaii, you're big, you're small. I'm from Hawaii, we do this, and that's where you screw up because you can't compare Hawaii and Japan because it's two different cultures. And we have our rituals and we have our cultures that we respect. But at the same time, it's similar because we all respect our cultures. But you can blend it because especially Japan is the omiyage. When you talk about omiyage, you don't go to somebody else with nothing. You know, it's the same thing. So it's amazing how that fits. You know, I just fitted my jolly old self into the Japanese culture. And now it's what I am now. You know,
that's awesome. I think where people go wrong is they try to make the place that they're at where the place that they came from.
Exactly.
And that's where, you know, people get upset because like it's different. You know, I like what you said in the beginning. You got to be more Japanese than the Japanese. Yeah. Maybe when people come to Hawaii, be more Hawaiian than the Hawaiians.
I'm highly respected within, you know, Japan. You know, I've met politicians and the highest ranks of business people here because of that. Because I first represent Japan, no matter what. Because that's where my stance is right now. You got to remember, when I walk out of here, when I'm sitting here, even though I'm talking about my background in Hawaii and everything, I represent Japan. Japan is the word Konishiki. Konishiki come from Japan now. Saleva'a Atisanoe came from Nanakuli. But it had to flip to be who I am. Yeah. And because I come from the islands, I got to make sure the island boy represent this Japanese culture better than anybody. So that's the pressure. When somebody give you a throne, make sure that throne goes on right and you wear it right. So for me, I pressure myself to be the best I can. I like to be known as somebody who's actually carried it really well. And I guess that's what's keeping me at 62. I'm still doing jobs that I'm like freaking out. That's what I'm saying. Like, freaking minutes ago. I said, I look in the mirror every day. I thought, why me? I thought, shit. I always tell my wife that. I thought, what the hell I'm doing? Like, I even forget what I just created like a week ago. Like, and then I'm doing something else. Everybody that works for me, they always tell, when they're all young guys, actually what I do, I take him like, I'm taking him and just to, teach him the ropes of
mentoring him.
Mentoring all these guys. But they always go, they tell me, my parents ask me what you do. I tell them, and they all tell the person, we don't know. One day he's speaking between CEOs and prime ministers. The next day he's on the stage singing music. The next day he's actually creating a huge party, and he's creating a whole party. And we don't know what
You're
he's
Mr.
doing.
Miyagiing them. That's what you're doing.
Well, yeah, like I said, I just, to be honest with you, I'd rather be on the backside of everything. Like production, I love productions. If you look at my YouTube channel, my celebration of 40th year, all the CEOs that came to him, but I invited like 330 VIPs from all over the world that communicated with me, and they're like asking me, who did the production? I did everything, from the table decorations to the sound system, the food. I even went out and filmed everything because I didn't need an MC. The video actually explained every part of the whole show, and it's crazy that them. Where you go? I thought I can do it, but it's gonna cost you. I can give me the money. I think I can do your shows.
I mean, that works from a business point too. Like, yeah, you might have to do a little bit more work, and your time is a little bit more consumed, but like your overhead is less. You keep more of what.
No, I just enjoy to do it because I see my vision is easier because I can work with it.
Yeah, and you don't gotta ask people for approval. You just say, I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it.
I always people like I listen to a lot of business people try to use other people's money to do your business. I never did that in my life, and I would never do it because I know how to create. Service is money.
Yeah.
And if you know how to service people, you can get paid for getting service.
Exactly.
As long as you high in cash, you can do whatever you want, pretty much.
Yeah.
And all I just did this conversation with my wife. I thought, I don't know why we don't freaking try to buy expensive things and things. But I told my wife, well, what money does is buy us time. I can actually go
Freedom.
sit at the beach for 2 months if I wanted to. But the thing is, I don't do it, so she's always pissed off. You always say it, but it never goes off. I feel like I'm gonna get sick if I stop doing work. I've been working since I was 18. So.
Yeah. What does a vacation look like to you?
Like I took my dogs like 3 days about a month ago. Went to Airbnb out in the country and stayed with my dogs for 3 days.
Okay.
But I'm like working, at night.
Yeah.
I was up
Hard to turn it off.
I'm like, because I have my focus is in 3 years. I'm guaranteed everything I wanted. My goals are going to be all set. That's a few goals some stuff that I've worked on, and I know it's almost there. So
Okay.
Once that's done, I'm finished. We'll take a world cruise or something, 6 months on the ocean. Or something.
Right on, amazing. Okay, next question comes from Mr. _Kelsey. This person says, "What's your connection to the music industry in Hawaii?"
Very connected, from Brother Is, who passed away, and I always get involved. All the entertainers come here, get involved. Actually, those groups that are now big now, J Book and Langa Suve was my nephew, and the Hot Rain Band and Shioshi and Kivini, all those guys I brought them to Japan way before they were starting 17 years ago. Wow. And then Fiji, of course, is they're young brothers to me. In fact, my first album, I made Fiji to create my first album. Oh. You know the song Honi Honi, right?
Yeah.
Well, Honi Honi is something I wrote.
No way.
And even the song Nanakuli the Langa sings, are songs that I wrote. Yeah, so I've been in the music industry here. I put out 14 albums. Wow. My first album was actually in the USA. I was on MTV. I was rapping.
You
don't know, right? My first album is called
Konishiki
Konishiki Master of Sumo. Just put Konishiki Rapper. And I actually did it with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
What?
Yeah, that's 2000 year 2000. Yeah, I was a rapper. And then the lady that directed all my 5 videos, I did all my music videos, 5 videos in Hawaii. She just got in touch with me. Her name is Danelle or something like from California. She said, "So you remember?" Yeah, of course I remember. We did 5 actually freaking music videos in 10 days in Hawaii. Yeah. So yeah, I've been very involved in music.
Nice. What is the story of, because we all know that popular song, right? Akebo no Musashi
Well, that's
Maru
because
and Konishiki.
I guess Ease, because I knew Ease pretty well.
Uh-huh.
And I remember one of those. Remember they used to do those KCCN Waikiki. You guys are too young. You guys don't know the birthday bash.
There you
So
go.
I came on here and then I called Is what you doing? He's like, oh, I don't know, brother. We gotta go. I thought, where you going? Come with me. I can take you in because I go driving to the show at the Waikiki Shell, and I just happened to be home. So I went with him to the birthday bash and stuff. And that's why and then I guess after that the song came out. Him and his people wrote the song. But a lot of people in Japan know that song. They played it a lot here in Japan.
To have a song about you and written about you, that's probably one of the greatest honors in my opinion. That's so cool.
Well, it actually sang by Brother Ish too. It's huge.
The GOAT.
Well, that's the biggest representation of what the three Hawaii boys are doing in Japan, which is something that Hawaii should actually be writing on, but they never did that. So, people are taking advantage of who we are from Hawaii more than Hawaii, you know what I mean? Which is sad because we represent, whenever people look at us, Hawaii, everything we do is, sumo, Hawaii, So, it is what it is, but yeah.
Interesting. All right, next question comes from Kimberly_Ray. This person says, Kimberly_Ray_. So many underscores, people. You know how I feel about underscores. All right.
Yeah,
what's the best thing about living in Japan?
Or for me, it kind of relates to how we raise in Hawaii too. The difference is they're not really family oriented, and they're very hard workers at the same time. But the thing that makes it easy, it's easy here. You don't have to worry about, you know how sometimes you see on the internet people fighting and no such thing. Everything's so clean.
Oh yeah.
Wherever you go, the quality of service you get, even in holding the wall.
It's so efficient. That's what I
holding the
see.
wall. Nobody pushes. It's the only place that people stand in line for like 20 miles down the lane.
Yeah. Oh, we saw the other day when we were
you're going to see more. You're going to see more.
No, but we saw somebody, our Uber driver, dropped us off, and we got out, and the car in the back was just waiting so patiently, not going around, didn't honk anything. Yeah. We're like, this is crazy.
Well, the more you stay, the more you realize that. And this is come from, I do a lot of traveling, and what that does is, depending on what country you're at, you feel it right away. Mm-hmm. Like USA, when you go to the mainland US, he's terrible.
Hong
people
Kong, everywhere,
yeah. And like I go there, I get so pissed. I try to be cool, just to walk away. I never walk in those.
Your kimarite comes out.
More than that, I would not come out. I don't need kimarite. It's like one slap, bubble clap. It's sad, but that's what it is. The culture itself is so much respect, and people are so used to just. There's a word that they call it omotenashi. It's just showing aloha. Omotenashi is what they always want to try to make it comfortable for whoever walks into their doors.
Oh, awesome.
But it's something like Hawaii is too, hey, come eat, kind of thing. And that actually is part of what Japan is. So
I love that.
The food is good. Wherever you go, you can actually eat better here.
Yeah,
with $20 than in Hawaii.
Oh, we had a great $30 meal for us for it last night. It was awesome.
You guys want to have a meal way lesser than what you guys have in Hawaii.
I can't wait.
I look at you guys, which is okay because Japan is just the way it is. But I see your lunch wagons are like $25 for steak plates and stuff.
Yeah,
you can actually get lesser than that.
Here
too, better quality too.
For sure. Okay.
The quality is so good here. I just don't want to compare nothing.
No, totally.
When I go to the U.S., I don't even hit burgers, bro. Yeah, for real. I don't. I take my own pot rice, and then I always cook eggs or I throw tuna or something. But I never eat burgers anymore.
Yeah, it's hard. Japan is ruining the standard for things for us when we go back. Okay, next question comes from Cactus_Hawaiian. This person says, how did you establish your confidence, and best advice to younger athletes who struggle with being confident in their sport?
Confidence comes from losing, and how you find ways to overcome every loss that you go through makes you better, and noticing, and you start recognizing a loss before it comes. So you don't really know what you're losing until you lose. But like I said earlier, you do them once, okay. You do them twice, okay. Doing them, you're stupid. If you don't find the solutions before that, then. And that's what separates the stars and the superstars, because we actually recognize things that I have to do better than anybody. And you have to, it's an attitude too. And you have to just come with a mindset that there's no such thing as pain. Everything comes with pain. It doesn't matter.
No pain, no gain. They don't say that for no reason.
You're going to hurt no matter what. It can be physically, emotionally, spiritually, but you're going to hurt. But hurting is part of getting where you want to go, because nobody is going to give you a ticket to get to the next level. Everybody's fighting for the same thing. If your mindset is the same, then you'll be left behind. You got to tell yourself, if I die, I die kind of attitude. You got to look at it,
How do you get your confidence back after a loss, or maybe you have 2 losses, 3 losses in a row? That's tough in fighting, right?
Well, after maybe 4 or 5 years, it's not actually losing confidence. It's getting back it's getting off your focus. You lose focus. You actually get distracted because of the loss. Because what it does is, like, just assume I do one-on-one every day, right? If I lose, I get distracted by thinking of how I lost to the guy who I already lost to. But my tournaments are 15 days. I have to get rid of that and think of tomorrow. But you take off that loss, because everybody you wrestle, everybody has a different style of technique. So it doesn't give me anything. It doesn't give me a plus to my next day. The only thing it takes is take negative away from, because it takes time. Distraction is the biggest thing in life. Once you get distracted on what your focus is, it's no good. I always tell people, I can go against you. If you're 99%, or I'm 99%, you're 100%, I guarantee you I will lose. When you're not top of top, you have to come with 100%.
Yeah.
That's where the loss and the wins comes from.
Yeah, and that's why that 1% makes a difference. That's
Very
what separates everybody, right?
little thin percent gives you the opportunity to lose or win. That's why, as a professional in any sport, you can last, because you understand that. And that's why not everybody can be. You never found anybody who won from the beginning of the career to the end. Everybody lost.
Yeah.
Even the great of the greatest.
Awesome. This is really good advice. So you athletes, make sure you listen to that.
Yeah, but just know what you're doing. And the other thing you have to understand is why.
Yeah.
Why you're doing it, who you're doing it for.
Yeah, your why.
If I always tell people, if I did it for myself, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I care more about who the person I'm doing it for than anything. Of course, if your mom and dad need, you would do everything to to protect them, and that's the mentality. For me, I go, don't worry, I can lose my hand, go buy another hand. But if you're doing it for somebody that really needs, you need your help, man. You're gonna go all for it.
Totally.
It's like you're numb.
Yeah.
You don't feel pain.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Next question. This is a fun one. Comes from Kick It Hilo Yahoo Com. This person says, ask him what his favorite music to dance to. We once saw him at a club in Honolulu dancing, and he seemed to really get into the music.
I love dancing. I was a champ. I won a dance contest when I was in high school.
Actually?
Yes.
What kind? Like what?
I'm a dance dancer.
Like what kind? Like style?
Old school, bro. So
like the pop locking
We
kind?
see the pop locking era this way.
Because my stepdad is around your time, and he
that's
he
when
would
he
do
first
that.
cupping.
Yeah.
So not only that, it's just the music in the late 70s to the 80s was the best music.
Yeah.
You guys are still dancing to the music, Not the kind of like bubblegum rap and the rubber.
How do you even dance to that, right?
How do you dance to music like that anymore? You still even the latest music. You look at Instagram and all the other TikTok. Everybody's bringing all the old music and they're doing routines to it. Yeah, it's simple. That's why our boy Bruno Mars is doing so good. His music brings back that and the new generation. So
Totally. Oh, awesome.
old school Motown. Bro.
All right, last question comes from our Patreon user, Superstar Jerry Salamonte. He says, besides the pre-match rituals and posturing, I'm completely ignorant of sumo wrestling, but I see you're heading a tour to Miami, New York, and my hometown, San Diego. How will these events differ from traditional sumo matches in Japan, and what should we expect to see / pay particular attention to for those matches?
Well, it's a master class of sumo. Before you ever go watch a match, if you watch my Sumo and Sushi, it's dedicated to letting people understand the rituals and the culture behind sumo. And I talk about everything about stuff you're seeing on these interviews is stuff I talk about. And when you see, it's like when they always introduce a new iPhone, you have a CEO with a mic with his white T-shirt and jeans, and you have a big screen. But mine's and I have real people moving to my class, my presentation. So my presentation goes and breaks it down how we break our bodies into become sumo wrestlers, what makes them so flexible, what kind of things they work in the stables, how many stables, what age you get to. So I break it down so into pieces where you're going to be so educated about sumo by the time you walk out of the venue, people are the skillful sumo guys that you can do already be a sumo guy. Everything about sumo, the rules and everything, like we talked about, and how, and as the show go on, I talk about the history of it, talk about my career of it, and he breaks down where you're gonna actually understand that sumo is not just for big guys in diapers, you know? As a misconcept that people, the stereotype that people think it's all big guys, but they're gonna find out it's a small guy because, like I said earlier, there's no weight class. A lot of people don't know this, you know? Man, we watch the show, by the end of the show, they get very educated.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing they all tell me. They walk out so happy. It's very educational, very, very informative.
Yeah.
And it's so much respect, yeah, because you have 400 pounders slapping each other in the face, and they go and just bow. We don't come out and say, hey, we'll kill you. We can't do that, bitch, because you actually hurt what the culture is. And everything you see is all about respect. From every time they stand up there, the way they show they present themselves on the ring, the way they walk up the ring, the way it shakes people's hands, the way they go and hug people when they want to hug. I have to train my boys to understand that side. So they have to flip stuff they wouldn't do, but I will mix it in where they can actually blend in to our American people, so it can actually be very comfortable just walking up to a sumo wrestler and say hi, you know?
Yeah.
Because in Japan, everybody like they would stay away, you know, because it's a culture thing. Yeah, it's a lot of respect. But because we're actually trying to teach people and educate about sumo, I call it edutainment. I created this word called sumo edutainment because my label is called Koni Edutainment Music, because it's education and entertainment at the same time.
That's the best.
Yeah, so
that's what we get here on the podcast. Hopefully,
they're gonna get really a super masterclass on sumo. It's about an hour and a half, depending on where you're sitting. You're eating sushi, and having a great time. You know, drinking sake and stuff. But that's what my focus is more on now, and I actually create a lot of corporate events here just to do that here in Japan. I have a restaurant that I directed and I created a show to sumo, ex-sumers, all professional guys who are actually retired from sumo, just giving them a second chance into life because they're good at it and I just have to teach them how entertainment is, yeah? So, I did one in Osaka and it still goes on every day now. But that's what my goal is with this sumo and sushi. So I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy San Diego. San Diego is fire, bro. The first week we went out in sales, we're doing like 6 shows a week now.
Yeah. How can people sign up? Is it too late?
Sumo and sushi. Well, I hope there's tickets because within 1 week, the first week was sold out. And that's like 6,000 tickets.
Dang.
We are selling like
So
crazy.
if you're watching this in February, go immediately.
SumoandSushi.com.
We'll put everything in the description of the episode.
Get on the mailing list because this is like a short tour. I did a long tour. We did Chicago, Atlanta, Phoenix, LA, and San Francisco last year. Like ending of October to November, going into December, and we sold everything out. We had over 36,000 people. And it's just scratching surface because people are beginning to realize it's not just a show. We had one of the biggest promoters company come and see it. He said, "We've never seen anything like," because there is not anything like it.
Is it popular in the U.S.?
It's huge. I started in 2019 now. That's when people were still like stereotype laughing, and I could feel that. I could feel the vibe. I didn't really care because I understood that people were not educated about. But now I think this year is like what it is, but next year is even crazier. We're already scheduled to do like 60 shows already. Dang. Ending of this year.
We might get addicted to it and have to go to a show a year or something.
No, if you guys can, actually, I actually really want people to really come, and then once you see it, your whole concept changes.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, people watch it now, they all come to Japan to watch the real major tournaments.
Yeah.
Which you're going to be flipped, but you're educated about this interview. And tomorrow you're going to have a good education about sumo at the sumo tournament.
I mean, there's a couple thousand people that watch this, so I'm sure we're going to get
and
a
the
bunch
other
of
thing,
new sumo
remember,
fans.
I do sumo tours, but you have to follow me to what people be telling, where's the page? And we go, well, follow me, and then you find out. Because reason for that is everything's so personal. It's very authentic. If you get in touch with me, even I do it so scared, you don't have to even pay until you get here. Like, so I don't care because it's more like
that's too broad about it, maybe.
Yeah. So if you make it, you make it. You push it, but that's okay. I don't care. But the thing is, I don't want to pay people to resell it because it's a very authentic, unique experience, right?
Yeah.
It's only 10 people you get to experience the whole thing and then go and eat chanko nabe and stuff like that. So, so next year or May, So you just have to follow me because
Yeah.
people being
We'll help share it too on our podcast. You can just tag us.
which is whoever comes first.
Yeah, first come, first
It's
serve.
fashion, though. Like people like
Yeah.
okay. Sometimes I have to feed my friend. I got bro, it's poo already, so I pull up for my friends and stuff. So
Solid. Well,
I own the rights. So.
yeah, you make the
I make the last
rules.
decisions, yeah.
All right, well, mahalo everybody for the social media fan questions. Make sure you leave some for our next guest, and maybe your question will make it on the podcast. We're coming to the back end of the podcast, and I like to ask all of my guests the same question about keeping it aloha. It's the name of the show. It's the name of my book. It's something I try to do every day of my life. And it sounds like that one Japanese word you said as well,
Omotenashi.
right? Omotenashi, yeah. So I want to know in your life, how do you keep it aloha or omotenashi?
Well, representing myself the best I can is what I'm doing for what I come from. The koko, the blood. My blood is from Hawaii. And every step I make outside in public, I like to realize that I am representing something bigger than me. My life from Hawaii. Not only that, the world of sumo, the culture of sumo, I represent too. There's nothing ever going to be bigger than those two things in my life. So I take huge responsibility of representing those things. And that's my way of saying aloha, because if you don't represent aloha right, you're not representing aloha, period. Yeah, the way I look at it. Pressure yourself to be the best aloha man you can be.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I think you're doing a good job and being a good representation of somebody from Hawaii and somebody representing the country of
Well, you
Japan.
carry something when you're in public, and for every kid or every person who's going to be a public guy, you got to understand you're already a public eye.
Yeah,
No matter what, I can see there. When I'm in public, I'm in public.
yeah,
And I'm in private, I'm in private. But you're a public eye, so you have to actually accept it with all your heart and just do the best with it, because you don't carry yourself. You carry a whole lot of families, states, countries, cultures with you. So I carry different cultures. I carry Samoan culture, I carry Hawaii culture, American culture, sumo culture, Japanese culture. So I feel that I have to be in the best, always try to be the best I can as I can. When I feel like shit, I just go home and sleep,
Recharge.
You have to, because when you're not feeling good, you're not feeling good. You're human.
yeah.
And that's all, you got me on the wrong day. Well, when you have a wrong day, stay home. You actually screws your life up,
Yeah.
I've learned that very early. Like I said, I found so much solutions. All the negatives I accepted as a young boy going up to 62. I've learned so much. And as you learn, you find out the best way to walk away from all this bullshit is just walk away.
This
Go
is why
home.
we need to read your book. There's
Yeah,
probably
my
a lot
book
of
is coming
life
out,
lessons.
Maybe early next year. And
Okay.
making sure there's a whole lot of things happening, and keep it aloha, man. Just
Yeah.
love Hawaii. You love Hawaii, you gotta represent, man.
Totally. What are you most proud of? I mean, you have so many accomplishments. What would you say?
The biggest thing I'm proud of, at 62, I'm still doing the things I do, and I couldn't imagine what I'm doing now. In fact, I just go stupid. I never had any education. I graduated from high school. After sumo, I just started my own company, and it's like common sense. I think Hawaii, that's what teaches great street smarts and common sense.
Yeah.
And our Polynesian culture teaches that, and if you can put that into the business concept of it, and it's all about trust too. You're gonna burn, but I always tell my brother, you can go burn. You lose 100,000. Once you start losing 100,000, bro, you're either stupid or you're stealing from me. So, I learned a lot. I never learned. I just learned basically as I go on. Yeah. And the best way to learn is just throwing yourself into the fire and take steps. You lose some, you win some. And you gotta actually sacrifice some to get some.
Yeah, I mean, you sacrificed a lot to get where you're at.
But
it worked out.
It feels good because I understood that. I just did it by accident. I knew I sacrificed
It's
something.
intentional.
But you look beyond tomorrow. You have to look at 3 years, 5 years, and actually make goals of where you want to go, what you want to be, and understand where you're at right now.
Yeah,
so you can actually make those choices.
So what does the next, couple of years look like for you? What are your
It has a
future
huge
goals?
building that I am building here in Tokyo. It's like a 7-story building. It's my personal project that I've been doing. I've been connected by a little different projects that, like this sumo thing I've been doing in the U.S. has been over 100 shows already. We've over 100,000 people I've entertained. I've taken that in other countries, but now it's getting more worldwide. I want to make sure by the time I'm ready to hand it over, I find the right people to get involved with it. The ex-sumo guys, I know they struggle with life after sumo. So one of my great things is working with them, making them understand this can be your life. You know, after sumo, this is a great thing. And they're seeing it, but like everything else, they got to see to understand. Hard for teach by word, you know, different generation. So that's one of my projects, is just trying to get all the ex-guys, ex-sumorists, and then my building, and then I actually I have a barbecue sauce that's sold in Japan. Yeah, I created a barbecue sauce.
It's available now?
Well, it's sold out, but I had to stop it because I got into my kidney surgery. The funny thing about it, when the pandemic happened, I created my barbecue sauce, and then everything stopped. So I looked at my wife in Japan. I think it was like late February. Japan, they stopped. Everybody said stay home till like maybe June, 3 months or something like that. So I told her we have to stay, but I have a whole lot of barbecue sauce sitting out there now. What are we gonna do? I just told her, don't worry, I got this.
We can give some away for our giveaway.
No. Well, we don't have it now, but I can give you some for giveaway, something gift. So you just promise people I'll give some stuff so you can give away. But anyway, was like 6 months out. I told my wife, we gone. Made all my phone calls. You know what? I went on tour on my barbecue sauce to promote my barbecue sauce. I made 47 stops in Japan from June to December, and I sold 12,000 pieces of my barbecue sauce all by hand.
Oh.
On the road, just me and my wife. And what I did, I only called my friends, and we weren't allowed to post any. Just don't post any. As long as your friends, and I come like 30 people, 75 people, I go and marinate everything, and they only pay for the sauce. They didn't have to pay for my flights. They have to pay for my hotels. I just went and promoted. So my sauce, actually, that's what we picked up. But we just buy it through the internet and stuff. So yeah, I did that. 47 stops, bro.
That's wild.
12,000
What haven't
units.
you done, Konishiki?
That's the thing. There's a few more things I gotta do, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's within the reach, yeah.
Totally. And I know you have a lot of support. Before we start to wrap up, we got to talk about your wife because she sounds amazing.
My wife is beautiful. She's a very. I always tell my wife, I'm glad you're my wife, because if I was my wife, I wouldn't want to be my wife. You know, she's actually dealing with a Samoan guy who is very, he's so very
like stubborn, hard-headed.
Super stubborn. Like this hospital, I can tell you the story. I've been coming to like 4 or 5 years ago, and they always wanted me to do surgery, my kidney. So every time I come in for tests, I would stay there for like two weeks. And I get so frustrated. I walked out of the hospital like twice already. And the sad thing about it, it's like almost to the last day of the test, I thought, I can't do this already. I can't do this. And they go, you have to do it. Are you forcing me to do this? Like in the same room. The next time you tell me to do something, I'm walking out of here. Oh, but the doctor said, I grab my iPod, and I walk out here. The funny thing is they bring me into the hospital to the back, so I don't know how to get out of the door. Where you guys walk through, I didn't know where the door was. So like walking around in this hospital, and all the nurses looking at me just, like how the ducks follow the mother? Yeah. It's like me walking around, I'm looking, shit, where the hell I'm going? And the sad thing about it is my wife's so supportive of everything I do. And she just sits there and says, okay. And she's a great entertainer, singer. And the sad thing about the coach here, if you screwed up, she has to go apologize. The wives always have to go apologize in this culture. So like I'm telling myself, last year when I came, I thought, okay, I'm going to listen, because I almost died on my tour in Chicago last year, the year before last year. As I came back, I got ready to do the surgery. Because I was actually, after the 4th of July, I was in Tennessee, we did the show. Chicago, we did the show. I was hurting so bad. And I called my friend Sully, and my friend said, you have to go. And I told him, I got one more show. And as the last show finished, 30 minutes, I went to the hospital with emergency. They told me, brother, your heart is only 13 seconds. You only turned 13%. Your water has actually grown you so much. And that's when I told myself, man, I got to go home and really do this. And then finally I listened to my wife. She gave up her kidney too. I know. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if it wasn't for that. You know, for every man that walks the streets and pushes his agenda, you have a strong wife that actually pushes that backside, holds up the backside. So I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate and humbled by that, because she supports everything. And I know she struggles. Me and Musashi Maru always talks about that. Our wives probably are like, they're telling us, how the hell did we end up wearing these two freaking Polynesians? But we think the same, you know? but it's very supportive. You know, I know, and I try to do the best for my wife and good, and very strong lady. You know, she's dealing with her mom too, because her mom actually collapsed around the same time I did.
Wow.
So the only person who can watch her mom and watch me was my wife. So
Double duty.
she's like, where you guys just came from, she's got to come here. They go back to a hospital near there for mom.
Wow.
So she's like commuting 2 hours back and forth to get here by train. So yeah, she's everything. She's everything.
She sounds awesome. How did you meet?
She actually, when I was hurt, I was retired already. She was working at a place that was doing therapy, and that's when I met her. When I got off, I was getting out of a divorce. I was just getting out of my first marriage and stuff, and then to find out, well, she lives where I was at when I started my sumo career. She lives right there where we have our office now. But she was always walking by, and the conversation started from there and stuff. And plus, I was like going crazy, bro. I was working so hard. Just was doing commercials. Never slept. The apartment I was living in, so funny, never even turned on the light on my living room once for like 3 years.
Never home.
No, because I come home, I was doing like commercials, but I was killing it. I was like doing like, I don't want to say, but I was making millions in 1 year. And I was like, come home, go to my kitchen, get this little pot, put my ramen in, eat them out of the pot, wash the pot, sleep, get up, shower, same thing, get out, come the same thing.
Wow.
And I just was trying to keep myself occupied, because it was like a lonely thing, when you go through that stuff. You never want, no one wants to go through that. But yeah, try to keep myself up. So I was always out with my friends. Everybody's trying to get me to get married. Go, you gotta get somebody to marry. You gotta get somebody to marry. So they take me out. They go, oh, stir this, do that. Okay, go home. Well, it's a funny moment of my career because I was just very busy. That's when I was just doing so much commercials. I was doing like Sony. I was doing like Suntory, Sanyo. I was like doing like seven major companies at the time, you know, and everything I negotiate myself. Actually, my company is actually self-management company, which is managing everything I do. When I was ready to retire, the two biggest agencies came to me to try to sign me to the agencies.
Said no.
I don't know. I can't handle myself.
Yeah.
So I make lawyers bring contracts, and I sit 12 hours just to win a contract, because it was all Japanese, right? I made sure I understood everything, and I dubbed everything. I make sure no one ripped me off. So yeah, everything I have now, I've just learned and go. And of course, I got burned, but it's part of it's about cooking, bro. You overcook sometimes,
Yeah. Speaking about cooking and just maybe eating and, you know, just like health, how healthy is it as a sumo wrestler to get really big? When you're eating, are you just bulking as much as you can, or are you just like, are you doing it a little bit more intentionally, trying to get like?
It's more intentionally the weight we put on, and that's why if you notice, all the guys that retired, they come small really fast.
Yeah, same with offensive linemen.
If you notice,
in the NFL.
the thing is like people all lose weight. Like, you know, right after the tournament, they have that 5 to 6 day break before they go on tour. So it's just natural in your body because you're hitting. You look like, because all the hitting, it just slowly bulks up. Your food it's actually working when you're training.
Yeah.
And then eating.
So you need the fuel.
You need the big guys. You need. Well, it's 15 days, bro. It's all year round. You're hitting people in the face. You're hitting people in their bodies all year round. It's not a season now. Yeah. You got people who sit off half of the season in basketball, and you know, people come to watch it, they're not watching, you know?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, so sumo, it's just, you physically, but you get pounded. My fingers are all broken from sumo.
Yeah.
This shoulder never went up ever since my 30 year in sumo. It's stuck right there.
The price of glory.
Well, you know, like I said, everything comes with some pain, and some of the pain goes away, some of the pain will stay forever, you know?
For sure.
You gotta go, they're taking they're steered on the journey, man.
Yeah. What is one thing you wish people knew about you that they don't?
That when I'm by myself, I really try to critique my whole life, my whole day. There's another me. When I'm talking to you, I actually can see me looking at me right now.
So just reflecting and just taking notes.
No, just actually go back. When you guys go back, probably tonight, before I can sleep, I would actually go back and look at how we talked and how we met and how we actually met from the beginning on the phone or DM and stuff, and how it came to what it is, you know. We're at the goal now, you know. How did we get to the goal? And then I thought, did I do the right things? Did I say anything that's gonna? Can I probably remember like everything I'm saying? who does it appeal to, who doesn't appeal to. So I'm a creative mind too. So
You're really introspective, it sounds like.
So I'm very, very, very curious about how people would take this. People like say, I don't care. Well, I do care to a point where I don't care. It applies to me how it touches them or doesn't touch them. Because every fan is a fan, no matter like or no like. The more no like, better. Because it makes you even stronger. For me, it's just the way I looked at it. Because no matter how much people like you, don't like you, you got to do the work. At the end of the day, your ass is grassy if you don't do nothing, you know?
Nice. So what do you hope people take away from this episode?
I like to encourage people to, don't be afraid to like screw up, and take challenges, I know everybody has a niche. I don't care who you are. You have something you're good at. Look for it. Find it, Like for me, I'm 62. I finally found what I think I'm almost an expert at. It's sumo. Now I'm doing just sumo things. And it feels so good because I don't have to train for it. I don't have to practice it.
It comes naturally. Right?
So there's things that in life that everybody has. Everybody personally has something they're good at. They don't realize it until they really find, I really want to be there. But again, to get there, you have to take steps. Yeah, it's a matter of if it can help you in your life. Everybody, at the end of the day, can it be financially good for me? Nothing is financially good for you until financially you find out a way how to take that brain you have and make it financial. Everything makes money if you can find the right niche, I think.
Totally. Great advice.
Yeah.
Before
just go out and grab it, man.
Yes, I agree. Before you start to wrap up, what is your life hack? Were you able to think of a life hack, something you want to share? Or
what you mean by hack? Like, give me an example.
Something that makes your life more easier, more efficient. It could be something as simple as like when you're in an elevator, the one with the star is always the lobby.
Yeah.
Or something like people say, drink water every day, or like stretch, or some people have an actual thing. Like I think one of our guests, they had a travel hack where you take the hanger in the hotel closet and you clip it on these these drapes so that the light doesn't come in, Stuff like that. You have like a fun, creative one, maybe a sumo hack, travel hack, window aisle seat, how to get first class.
What can be a hack?
Anything could be a hack. Well, what do you have like a secret that you do that's like, I don't know, it just helps with life, helps with something that you do?
Well, I don't really know. That's hard for me. I don't.
You don't think of it as like a hack. You're just doing it.
Yeah, everything I do. Like I tell people, I can go do a recording, right? And if I'm recording 14 songs, I'll get it down. Boom, boom, boom. Record it. But then once I finish it, I forget all the words. So
that's like a reverse hack. I don't know.
No. Like I'm saying, every day I leave is to the fullest. I don't have.
Okay, right there. That's a good one right there.
So it's. I don't regret anything I've done all day today. Today's a happy day because I'm doing this. Even the bad days, to me, it's like, bro. The thing is, at the end of the day, we're living, brother.
Leave it all out.
And we're living as human beings. We're breathing.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing in life that we have. We have the opportunity that God gives us to breathe and to make mistakes or to make people happy. So to me, I'm just glad I'm kicking and can sit here and then talk BS on your podcast.
Okay, right on. So every single episode, we have a secret code or phrase for 2026 because we're doing these big giveaways. So this is the time. It could happen in any part of the episode. So right now, I'm going to ask you for a secret code or phrase for the audience so they can get extra 5 entries to our round trip ticket giveaway. So can you think of a word or phrase that you want the audience to use?
It
could be anything.
Triple C.
Triple C. Okay, what's that?
It's the courage to commit and then conquer.
Oof, I like that. Triple C. So use Triple C in a story, posting it on Instagram. Show what is your dream destination. Post Triple C, and then you will get 5 extra entries into our giveaway.
Because
nice. That's a good one.
It's the courage to commit.
The courage to
C.
Commit.
The next is commit, right?
Commit.
But what you commit, you will conquer.
Conquer. Nice. I love that.
So that's the.
You gotta make a shirt like that. Triple C.
Yeah, you can have it.
Yeah. All right. So these are my last fast 5 questions. These are rapid fire answers. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite guilty pleasure?
What's that?
Favorite guilty pleasure.
Hugging my dogs.
Oh, you're a dog
Every
guy.
single day. I got 2 golden retrievers at home.
Oh, right on. Do you speak to them in English or Japanese?
Japanese.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Sometimes English, they understand
Yeah,
some.
they're bilingual dogs.
Yeah, my naughty one. He don't care.
Sometimes he pretend like he don't understand
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Favorite childhood snack?
I could say cone sushi.
Oh, nice.
You know that little store in Nanakuli, the one, the bricked one?
I don't know.
Well,
that
Ewan's, they
area,
have
yeah.
ones right in the middle. If you go to Nanakuli, it's a whole shack. That used to sell those cone sushis when I was a kid, 20 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to buy that every time I had a quarter. And it's funny, I mean, in Japan, they call it inari sushi.
Yeah, inari.
So
I love the inari bombs.
Yeah, well,
Those are good.
inari sushi is what I never taught my whole life. I was in Land Elementary. I always walk by. I used to go inari sushi. Was my favorite thing as a kid.
Solid. That's a good answer.
20 cents it was. I still remember.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I know in Japan, you guys love karaoke. So what is your favorite karaoke song?
One of my favorite karaoke songs is Ganfunko.
God, what is that?
Uh,
Do you know how to sing it, like the melody? We can try to play a little guessing game here.
Grand Funko? Grand Funk?
Uptown Funk You Up.
No, that's too young for me. Already it's like old school, like songs that Lionel Richie would sing.
Okay.
It's some songs that I would sing and stuff.
Okay, so just old
A lot
school
of
song.
Japanese too. When I sing, I hardly sing English. A lot of Japanese
Yeah.
songs I sing.
Okay. Well,
Kita Sakaba is one of the songs I first learned. It's
Okay.
an Enka song that here I just learned 40-something years ago because it was on TV every day. I learned how to sing to somebody just listening, but I didn't know what it meant.
yeah, but now you know.
Now I know.
Okay, favorite sport to watch outside of sumo?
It's funny. I like to watch a lot of boxing.
Oh, okay.
A lot of boxing is something my favorite. UFC. Yeah, I like contact sport a lot.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then golf.
Oh, you've been into golf.
I love to
just
watch.
started
I
getting
love.
into
I
golf.
love watching golf.
We just went to the Sony Open. It was really
Yeah,
awesome.
it was
First
just
time.
there, yeah. So the golf, the reason why I watch golf is the mind. I always looking. I try to see. Oh, I wonder how they're thinking.
Yeah.
You know, the edges and the wind and the grass and the fieldway. So I don't care how the shot goes. I just think of where the mind is looking at.
Yeah.
What are they looking for? Yeah, in the shot and stuff.
Oh,
and then by the shot, when you look at this, okay, now you can kind of see that. So I'm more like
So
very
observant
interested.
you. Yeah.
Very interested in the
Yeah.
mind and what goes on.
Yeah, this is the mind of a champion. People got to study this episode. There's so many gems in this episode. Okay, and last one, favorite hobby.
One of my favorite hobbies is probably just I like to do things with my hands.
Okay.
So like creating like beads or whatever.
Oh, okay, nice. It's like therapeutic kind of.
Yeah, anything that you can do with your hands. I'm
Crocheting?
really- maybe not, but like paperwork too. My wife hates it. I do.
Oh.
Like the receipts. I'll pack up the receipts. I'll put receipts in line. Like
Wow. Do they have CVS over here? Because those receipts are long.
yeah, they have some places like that too. But to me, I know the date, the time exact. I line everything up. My wife is not like that. Yeah, I don't leave them. I just do them. and I can sit there and just do it. So I like to do those little things and stuff.
Right on. Well, I got something that you can do with your hand. You know what these
Pokemon!
are? So every episode, we're closing out the show with opening a pack of Pokemon cards. These are some Mega Dreams from Japan. They got some good stuff in here. So here, I'll go first, and then the guest wraps it up by opening, okay?
One of my good friends in New Jersey, he's a crazy.
Yeah, we just got into it in December. We're super addicted.
No, I have a guy.
We're staying at Ikebukuro after this.
Oh, yeah, there's
and
a lot
then
of places you
right by
gotta
the
go check.
Pokemon Center. So I'm gonna be getting some every day while we're over there. Okay, so I think
Pokemon,
you bring the first two. Let me put this on the side.
So what?
All right, so I'm gonna show mine, and then you can show yours. See if we get anything good. Let's see. Want to get some hits? Let's see. Something cool.
Bro, I don't even understand these Pokemons.
Nothing yet.
Not yet.
Nothing yet. Oh, okay. I got one Mega Gardevoir. So hopefully you can get something better than this. Oh, you get the.
Bro,
That's the technique right there.
I don't even understand these things. I don't know you guys' generation cards is.
We love cardboard.
You guys just had what's his name? Logan.
Oh, I saw.
Sell
he
like
said-
1.5 million.
Yeah, well, he has a $5 million card, and I think it's gonna sell at like $10 million.
The guy Aoki, the DJ, he was just
Steve
here. He's here.
He has a big Pokemon collection, so you can turn it and show it to
He
the...
just did one, but I wouldn't know anyway. So.
Yeah, just show it to the camera.
Okay, Pokemon people.
Yeah, hold it for you.
He's your Pokemon. You guys, you know?
The ones at the end is the good ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so these are just all the common cards.
All this jumbo.
Yeah.
They call it jumbo. Distractions.
Okay, that's a pretty solid one. Okay, you got a Clefairy. Okay. We both got some decent ones. Nothing crazy, but
I guess not.
yeah, we got some other fun stuffs that we can have success in. Maybe it's just not Pokemon. Right on. Well, that's all.
This
I got
interview has
for you
been a
today.
success, so I guess.
Yes, thank you.
One good.
You got anything else to share with us? If not, tell us where we can find you.
Leave Aloha. You can find it on all my SNS. You know, people tell me actually I do them all by myself, and so people always laugh and tell me, yeah. Last time on my podcast, hey, I follow you. How come there's so much you was up every day? I thought I do it myself. When do you have the time? When I'm sitting on a train, when I'm sitting on my toilet. It's on your fingers. I don't know why people make it a big deal. You can just, it's at your hands. What the hell? Shit.
Yeah.
People have made it
It
very
does
easy.
take a lot of time, so I'm impressed that you do it all yourself.
All myself.
I have a hard time keeping up with all of my stuff.
No. I do like all different ones, even depending on what Facebook I'm looking at, depending I'll up something different.
Yeah.
Compared to and then explain something about after all. People are actually picking up on sumo so much. I think there's millions now watching, and people, and you know how people make money on that damn thing. I don't even know. People tell me I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't need a distraction.
Yeah.
I don't care if somebody you want to make money from. Go ahead. Fine.
Yeah.
I need to focus on what I'm doing right now, man.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. It's about having a great product.
Totally.
Keeping that product real.
Yeah. Well, mahalo so much for inviting us. This guy sent a car to pick us up. Shout out Yuji, our driver over there. He sent a car to pick us up an hour and a half away, and you're hosting us tomorrow. So just want to say a huge mahalo from our Ohana over here. We really appreciate you.
When you come to quality, you get quality.
Yes,
brother.
yeah, thank you.
I like it to keep it that way.
Totally. Well,
I know you guys are going to enjoy it tomorrow. I'll have my people taking care of you guys.
I'm so stoked.
Probably
Make sure
meet
you
my
guys
wife
follow
at,
the vlog.
dinner afterwards.
Yes. We got more omiyage for everybody over there,
Great.
so I
Sounds
brought
good.
some hats and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow then. But keep
Yeah.
it aloha, brother.
Well,
keep it
mahalo
aloha.
Konishiki for joining
guys.
us on the
808.
Keep It Aloha podcast. Spread love, be kind to one another, and mahalo for listening to us today.
Hawks,
we have
baby.
new
Hawks,
episodes
baby.
every Thursday, so make sure you follow us and leave a review.
Nanakuli.
I'm your host, Kamaka. I remember to always keep it aloha.